Every horse understands that we lead them
Yeah.
when we have the ability to control their feet,
Okay.
okay? In order to really control their feet, we got to get good control of their head. Like
Okay.
when he doesn't want to be bridled, you know, that taking his head away, like
Yeah.
he feels that if he gives us control of his head,
Mhm.
he's got to give up his own will. He doesn't
Okay.
want to do that.
All right.
He wants, and why doesn't he? Because he knows that he's always been able to protect himself.
Mhm.
Anytime he's been in a situation where he feels trapped or under too much pressure, he's always been able to do something to break free from it.
Okay.
Like in the barn when I cinch him up, I have to be really careful that my cinch is in a place where it's not uncomfortable, too tight in the beginning.
Right.
I've had him rear straight up on the cross ties
Yeah.
and make some really dumb decisions in there. Okay? He needs to understand that reacting that way is not going to benefit him anymore.
Okay.
Instead of using his muscle, his brawn, we want him to use his brain.
Okay.
Okay? But in order to get him to think instead of react, we got to prove to him that we have good control of his feet,
Okay.
and we're going to get that by getting control of his head.
All right.
So what I taught him when he first came in, when I first brought him in, he just ran off. So I want to prove to him when he does that I can at least control that movement.
Okay.
Okay? So I'm not going to let him just run around the ring wild and do whatever he wants to do. I'm going to, while he's choosing to run, I'm going to make sure I'm steering him.
Okay.
Okay? Now, this ring is so big that it's hard for me to do that all the time because sometimes he can beat me to the end
Right.
and then take his head away from me.
Right.
And when he does that, he marks it down that he just won.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
And anytime he wins in that way, he's encouraged to fight longer.
Right.
Okay? So once he's moving, I got to prove to him that I can, if he's going to change direction, he's at least going to change toward me,
Right.
which involves giving me his head.
Right.
So he's at the place now where he'll give me his head. He understands that that's what I want from him.
Mhm.
But then taking that head control and moving it to foot control, he
Okay.
has trouble with.
Okay.
Okay, so today I want to get him at the place where he'll not only look at me, but then he'll follow through with that and give me his feet also.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then once I have him, what I call locked onto me, where I can go any place in this ring I want to go and he's with me, then I'm going to start subjecting him to some pressure and teaching him that under that pressure and my leadership, he can still be safe.
Okay.
Okay, so that's where I want to go today. So I'm just going to walk down, and when I walk down, I'm going to walk towards his hip, not his head. And as I walk towards his hip, I expect him to give me his head.
Okay.
He understands that if he lets me get behind him and does not give me his head, I can then move him.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
He's definitely focused on you.
Every time he makes me focus at all, I add a little pressure. I want him to know that he's most comfortable when he's looking at me. And I love that. See those forward steps?
Yeah.
That's the first time he's ever done that. So notice how I'm walking away from him.
Mhm.
I'm showing him he's heading in the right direction. When I walk around him,
Mhm.
he has three different options. One, he could just say, "The hell with you," and run away and leave.
Yeah.
Two, I'm gonna get it back. Two, he can keep his front feet planted and just pivot and follow me wherever I go. Okay? Three, he can put his head on me and step with his front feet.
Okay.
Follow me?
Step.
Today I'm looking for the third choice. I want to see him, if I walk around this way, I want to see him not only look at me, but step with the front feet toward me. Follow me?
Okay. Now, what would motivate him to do that?
Because he's learning that that's how to get me to take pressure away.
Okay.
Okay, when I walk down there, when I walk down and walk around him, and he's looking at me,
Mhm.
that's already pressure. My body movement around towards his tail is pressure.
Right.
And I've taught him that the way to get me to not go behind you and make you run is to give me your head and take your butt away from me.
Right.
Okay? I'm going to carry that further today and say, okay, now I know you're looking at me, but I'm going to keep going around you. I'm going to keep adding pressure to your tail until you learn to step while you look at me.
Okay.
So every time I walk around him and he steps, while he looks at me, I'm going to take pressure away and leave.
Okay.
So he's going to learn that when I pressure him, that's exactly what I'm looking for.
Okay, so it's sort of a random act of courage for him to step towards you the first time.
In his mind, especially in the beginning, I don't know if you could see it in the video, when I approached him, his natural inclination was to step
Yeah,
backward.
that's his MO, yeah.
Yeah, so I want to get those forward steps today. And I want to take 1 and 2 steps and turn it into 10.
Okay.
But for now, every time he steps with the front feet, I'm going to stop.
Okay.
Just for a moment.
Yep.
And I'm going to ask for it again
Okay.
until I have him following me. So right now I'm looking for the front feet like that.
Good. Yeah.
Now we're going to do the same thing to this side. I love what I said right now though. So I'm going to kind of go behind him, look at his tail, and push. There. There. That head down like that
Mm-hmm.
is a forward thought.
Okay.
Pay for that by leaving.
Okay.
Good boy. Good boy. Now I'm getting behavior here that I did not expect to get quickly today. I thought it would take me at least a half an hour to get that.
Oh, good.
Right now he knows he's doing something right.
Yeah.
Now see, that's a pivot, so I'm going to keep pulling. That's still a pivot. I won't pay for that. I need forward steps. See how he's pivoting?
Yeah.
I need more than that. forward steps. There. So down in that bottom, he was doing half of what I wanted because he was keeping his head on me.
Okay.
He wasn't moving his front feet.
Right.
I need him to understand that that's specifically what I'm looking for.
Right.
I
Right.
need those
Right.
front feet coming toward me.
Yeah.
Or there, like that. See the difference in that move?
Yeah.
He actually steps with the feet, not pivot on them. See the backward steps? That's not what we want.
Right. He's a lot more focused on you than he was in the video Barb sent me, for
Yes.
sure.
So I'm going to help him. I'm going to swing my bag and put a little bit of pressure on his tail. Try to encourage him to go ahead and move forward. His right side is his better side. He'll give me steps forward to the right quicker than he will to the left.
Okay.
So I